You want excitement, all-out racing, and fast cars? Well, Talladega Super Speedway is where it's at, and you're in the right place too. As today we're here for stop number 21 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and the running of the DieHard 500, the fourth and final plate race of the 21st season of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. And we'll see what happens here today on this 2.66 mile racetrack here. And here's the starting line for today's running event. On the pole, it is Jessica Shelton, number 11 Boazer Ford. She's on the pole at 187 miles an hour. She's a two-time winner this season so far. She won at Darlington in Texas. So looks for that first plate win. Can she get it today? Well, we'll find out. She'll be alongside William Brock, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. He's alongside. He won this season at Rockingham. Second row has Sky Commons in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26, and two-time winner this season Kyle Matthews, the Mellow Yellow Pontiac, car number 42. His wins came at Richmond and Bristol, two of the Wreckfest short track races this season. Third row has Jay Jefferson, number 5 Tide Chevrolet, and beside him will be number 1, the Skull Classic Ford of Diego Yepes sits alongside. Fourth row has TJ Dent, car 68, the Country Time Lemonade Ford. And beside him, three-time winner this season, Charles Sanford, the DuPont Chevrolet, car number 24. His wins this season came at Pocono, the first Pocono race that is, the 600 at Charlotte, and he's looking also for the Talladega Sweep. Row 5 has Riley Spurley Tube, car 27, the McDonald's Ford, and Auto Club winner Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac, car number 44. Sixth row has Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwin Chevrolet, car number 3, three-time winner this season so far. His wins came in Atlanta, Martinsville, and at Riverside this season. It is alongside Ryan Brommer, the 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet. Next row down is Ty Dent, the number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac, coming off the top 5 finish at Pocono, the last race on the tour. And Keith Batson, the winner at Sonoma this season, the Texaco Havoline Ford, car number 28. Next row down has Preston Plord, number 18, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. Still looks for that first win of the season. Can he get it today? Well, we'll find out. He's alongside the former Talladega winner, Zach Winkle, in the Western Auto Chevrolet, car number 17. Next row down has Zachary Fitzwater in car number 52, the Napa Auto Parts Ford. And Johnny Gardner, number 7, the Hooters Ford. His win this season came at Dover. Next row down, Jose Mills, the number 31, the Goodwin Chevrolet. And beside him will be Nathan Orman in 55, the Jasper Engines Ford. Next row down has Daytona 500 champion Eli Bright and the Race Best Ford, car number 8, and beside him will be car number 21, Quentin Moore, two-time winner this season so far. His wins came at North Wilkesboro and at the second race at Pocono. Next row down has number 6 Becca Tellier, the Valvoline Ford, New Hampshire winner this season, and Cat Batson, the Keystone Beer Ford, car number 16. Next row down has car number 12, the Meineke Mufflers Ford of Rob Evans, and number 25, the Kodiak Chevrolet of Jonathan Zorlin. Next row down is Paul Minnick, former Talladega winner here as well, as car number 90, the Howley Myers Ford, and Seth Cole, number 98, the Bojangles Ford. Next row down has the winner at Michigan, Dylan Young, the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, and Joshua Osborne, number 15, the Motorcraft Ford. Next row down has number 40, Mitchell Collins, who shocked them all in the Pepsi 400 at Daytona this season. And number 40, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, the defending race champion at Talladega, Nicholas Wade. Next row down has car number... No, Nicholas Wade's actually not the defending race champion. Excuse me, that was Tony Gray, who won this race last season. My mistake. Next row down has car number 75, James Henry, and number 83, Vince Almarego. Next row down has Dylan Poteet, car 22, to Maxwell House Ford, and number 71, Jesse Turner. And starting shotgun to fill will be Simon Bloomfield in the number 9, Orkin Pest Control Ford. So the pole speed for this event, at just over 187 miles per hour. That's the pole speed here at Talladega. And so we see some fast racing here today. And here comes command to fire the engines for the DieHard 500.
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Field's fired up as the commands begin to fire the engines for 29 laps of action here today on this 2.66 mile tri-oval. We had great plate races in the first 3 races there, including the Winston 500 on this very same pavement at Talladega. We also went through both the Daytona races, the Pepsi 400 and the Daytona 500. And usually Talladega would be usually this Talladega stop would be about the 5th to last race on the season. Well, this season we actually made a decision to kind of do it how the way it used to be during the summertime months. So we decided to move this race to past the halfway point, actually 2 races after the 400 at Daytona, and move it to the race before the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis, which is next on the tour after this. So we've gone through about 3 straight tracks. This would be about 3 straight tracks at over 2.5 miles in length. Because last time, as we said, was at Pocono, where we saw Quentin Moore win a very good race there, holding off a few surprises in Simon Bloomfield, Ty Dent, and the guy who starts third today, Sky Commons, who came close to victory that day at Pocono. We'll see what happens here today at Talladega. Talladega has been known for surprises, especially the second Talladega race has been known for surprises. The man going for the sweep at Talladega is the man starting in 8th, Charles Sanford, who won the Winston 500 for one of his 3 race wins this season. And he's also second place in the points behind Cole Deaver coming into this event. Jessica Shelton, who starts this race on the pole, well, she started in the standings coming into this event, and she hopes for not only a good run, but she hopes to finally break through with her first plate win in this series, as she has been second several times. And she said if all the other races she wants to win, she wants to win the second visit to Talladega as far as what she wants on her bucket list. Pace car next off on the pit road. The start-finish line would be right about here if this was Daytona, but it's at the exit of pit road. That's what makes Talladega so different and so unique, I guess you might say, as the green flag is about to fly here. 37 cars roar to life. Green flag is out, and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. Off turn number 2 they come here. Jessica Shelton jumps out in front. Sky Commons in the green 26 in second position right now. And down the right stretch they come. Shelton, one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's event, along with Charles Sanford and Kyle Matthews. As they go into turn number 3, Shelton holds on to the lead at the moment. And look at this view. As the field 37 strong comes to the start-finish line. They'll to complete the first lap. Riley Spurley Tube, who started this race in 9th position, up to 2nd place right now in the McDonald's Ford as Shelton leads the first lap of the race. First lap tied at 178.564 miles an hour. But don't get used to this pace. They're going to be much faster than that. And look at Preston Plord, who started his race almost in the middle of the pack there. Number 18 Interstate Batteries Chevy. He moves inside. He's got the help from Eli Bright and Becca Tellier in the 6th car. 3 Fords right there behind the Chevrolet as Preston Plord takes the number 1 spot. And this field, and look at this, 3 wide, about 10 rows deep here at Talladega Super Speedway as they come to the start finish and complete the 2nd lap. Preston Plord out in front. Will be Tellier out in front on the 2nd lap. Yeah, actually, it'll be Plord who leads the 2nd lap of this race. And that 2nd lap tied at 196.5 miles an hour by the leader. And Paul Mennick takes the lead in the number 90 car, and he's got Dylan Young. And some of the back stars already moving up near the front, though. Mitchell Collins has already moved up to the front. Dylan Poteet. James Henry. And the last place starter, Simon Bloomfield's almost knocking on the door of the top 10 right now, as he's trying to push Joshua Osborne through the field now as they come off turn number 4. And Mitchell Collins, who surprised them all winning the Pepsi 400 in that dead heat finish over Zachary Fitzwater, is about to lead the 3rd lap of this race here. And boy, this keeps up. We may have all 29 laps unrunning with a lane change here where this is going. James Henry to second place right now. Osborne to third as they come off turn number 2. And Simon Bluebell has jumped up from 37th to 4th at the moment in that number 9 car. And that car, remember, had problems in the 400 at Daytona and let a lap down late in the going. And several cars down on the inside. There's Cole Deaver, the championship leader, coming into this event. Coming into this event. And this road to the championship, they often say Talladega is one of the wild cards. That and the not recent Bristol, which no doubt those two races are among the wild cards, no question about it. But there is one track we are actually. Well, I'll tell you when we get to that very track on the circuit, which one it could be the hand of fate, if you will. But nonetheless. Some of the drivers start dropping in the back there. Sanford's to the back now. Shelton, the pole sitters in the back of the pack here. Seth Cole's already in the back. There's Charles Sanford, the DuPont Chevy. On board with Charles Sanford. He's running right behind Jose Mills in 31. Kyle Matthews moves to the inside, number 42. TJ Dent's in there in 68. And there's Jessica Shelton's view, number 11. She led the first lap of the race. And there's Kyle Matthews' view as he's on the inside lane now, trying to make some headway as he goes to the inside of Osborne in the 15 car. He's running right behind Diego Yepes in the 1. Fast lap race so far being set by Jonathan Zorn at over 198.9 miles per hour. Several of the drivers flirting with 199 miles an hour a lap here at Talladega. Zorn, by the way, does have the lead in this race right now. Which Zorn has now lost the lead now to Seth Cohen, number 98, as he pushes his Bojangles forward to the lead, and Kyle Matthews, who was in the back of the pack about a minute ago. Well, here he is, about to challenge for the lead right now. Here comes Matthews in 42 to the inside. Kyle Matthews comes in this race, number 6 in the standings, coming in this race, the defending series champion. And Matthews led his first lap of the race. Last lap by the leader, 196.5 miles an hour. And TJ Dent now goes to the lead. Here comes Charles Sanford, number 24, the DuPont Chevy. And here comes, but nope, Hendrick teammate number 5, Jay Jefferson, dumps Sanford, and now he leaves him up the middle. Coming to start finish line, Mike Becker now moves to the inside, number 5 of Jefferson, but thought better of as he keeps in the draft off Jay Jefferson, who leads the 8th lap of the race now. Just an explosive start to this DieHard 500 here at Talladega as the cars set their way through the 30 figures and making it turns 1 and 2 now as they come off the second turn. Becker now with the lead. Here comes William Brockett, number 4. Nope. Here comes 26, Sky Commons. Coming off that third place finish at Pocono. Last race on the tour as he takes the Quaker State Ford to the front. Car number 26 to the lead now. Riley Spurley, too, who had a great qualifying run there, starting this race in 8th position. Actually, started this race in 7th position, excuse me. And now Dylan Young looks inside of Jessica Shelton for position right now. And look at this, there are 4 wide now. That's Bloomfield, Yepes, Jefferson, and Becker. 4 wide off the second turn here. In this version of Talladega, you can see plenty of 4 wide action as well, though we saw quite a few of that in the Winston 500 the last time we visited Talladega. And now here we go, 3 wide for the lead. Dylan Young, number 2. Out in front now, the winner at Michigan this season. But here comes Fitzwater. To the inside. Nope, Bloomfield looks inside. 4 wide for the lead to the start-finish line. Wow, they're getting wild here at Talladega, and we're not even halfway through this event. And 4 wide can get tricky off that second turn. There's some guys tend to want to wreck there off that second turn when they get 4 wide. And actually, I think we've seen him 5 wide before through either off turn 2 or turn 4. But 4 wide tricky enough. 5 wide here at Talladega is definitely a certain wreck. And oh, this could be an example right there. Off that 4th turn, they come here. Whew, they managed to keep the handle that time. But number 33's Ryan Brommer is the one stuck in the sucker hole here. As he moves inside of Zorlin. Does he clear him? Yes, he does. Barely by just inches. And that part of the tribal is very tricky as well, because we've seen some guys get each other into a spin out in that section of the course coming to the start-finish line to complete a lap there. And more often than not, that has caused some very bad crashes here in this series. Pair of black cars to the inside. Cole Deaver takes the GM Goodrich Chevy out in front. And the familiar side, the Dale Earnhardt cars in the lead at Talladega. Deaver looking for a series-leading 4th win of the year. He and Charles Sammer both have won 3 times this season. Excuse me. And either one of them looking for number 4 here today at Talladega. And Deaver would love to have it happen here. Of course, as you well know, Earnhardt's won this track 10 times in his career. Mitchell Collins, the Pepsi 400 champion, is in second position now. Now he and Zorlin duck to the inside, but Zorlin says, screw this, I'm going to go for the lead. And here comes Collins to the inside. Collins throws the block on Zorlin. That didn't work for Zorlin's part. Now here comes... And Kat Madsen tried to move inside. That didn't work for her, and now she decides to stick behind Zorlin. But here comes Zorlin. He waits now to take the lead here. Quentin Moore right behind the winner at Pocono. This winner of the second race at Pocono, the last race on the tour. Won that race, and he also dominated at North Wilkesboro in the first Union 400 in that event. As he looks for his 3rd victory of the season, trying to join Deaver and Sanford on the list of 3-time winners this season. Another guy going for number 3 this season, Kyle Matthews in that 42 car, as he was running behind Dylan Poteet, but decides to go with Seth Cole. That was a mistake because Poteet moves inside. He's going to take position. He's going to have Spurley behind him in 27. And number 55, Nathan Ormond, up in his mix as well in the Jasper Engines Ford. Whoa, that was close. Ford's sweeping the top 5 spots at the moment here. Quentin Moore first, Poteet 2nd, Ormond 3rd, TJ Dent 4th, and Keith Batson 5th. At the moment, here comes one of the Chevys, Charles Samper in the 24 car. Moving inside, he's on the inside of Spurley too. He's got Joshua Osborne in 15 right behind him, another Ford. The Bud Moore prepared machine as they now moves his way into the top 10. And here comes 24 to the lead. Charles Samper looking for the number 1 position. Inside Dylan Poteet for the lead. And Sanford that time clocked in 2nd position, but nope, here comes Osborne for the lead. You see that red car pull out in front, that number 15 Motorcraft car. Becker goes by him, and now I think 26 of Sky Cummins has gone by him as well. Here comes William Brock in the yellow number 4. And there's the roof cam at over 190 miles per hour. There's a look from Kyle Matthews' point of view. And Kyle also has a rear bumper cam as well in the Melly Yellow Pontiac as he is running, as you see the back end, as you see the front of Johnny Gardner's car. And now from Jessica Shelton's view, and Shelton is getting ready to take the lead now. Number 11, Budweiser Ford. And you rode with Shelton as she takes the lead away from Simon Bloomfield. But now here comes Eli Bright and Vince Almarego to the inside lane. Shelton's going to get caught on the high side. Almarego to the inside now. And who leads this lap of the race? I think it's going to be Almarego. Yes, he does lead this lap. And there's the front bumper cam from Shelton's car. She has the front bumper cam. Matthews has the back bumper cam on those cars. And all three of them carry roof cams on their machines, as well as in cars. Now she comes up to the back of that number 83 Ford of Vince Almarego, and now she's going to be stuck to the very high side of the track. And to the lead now goes Zachary Fitzwater, number 52, but here comes Deaver to the inside lane. Nope, Nicholas Wade's going to go to the inside of the number 14 car. And right behind Fitzwater goes Preston Plord at 18. 18 in the books, 11 laps to go at Talladega, 29 is the scheduled distance. Here in the DieHard 500, caution-free so far, averaging almost 195 miles per hour, 194.87 to be exact. And 187 was the pole speed for this event. Boy, what a sight here today. Look at this view right there. Three wide, several rows deep again. As here comes James Henry in the 75 car looking for the lead, but Fitzwater's going to throw the block on him. Ten laps to go here at Talladega Superspeedway. Rob Evans now to the front, number 12, but here comes Zorlin in 25. As he's got the 33 of Ryan Brommer. Nope. Brommer moves inside now for the lead. We're going to make a 3 wide for the number 1 spot. Mike Becker's behind him. 17 car, Zach Winkle's in there. Becca Tillier in the 6. And Matthews in 42, the Melly Yellow car. All those cars to the inside lane. Seth Cole, as well as Kat Batson, Nathan Orman, Johnny Gardner, Diego Yepes, and Ty Dent on an inside train, and now Winkle's been moved up to the high side in the number 17 Western Auto colors. And here comes Tellier to the inside for 3rd spot, and she's got it. As Brommer led the last time by the 33 car. That was the car that was the team that won last season with Tony Green in that dead heat finish last season at this event. Mike Becker moves inside for the lead. Seth Cole's going to shove him. And here comes number 55, Nathan Orman. He looked inside of Kat Batson, not to be. Off that 4th turn they come. Kat Batson. Right there behind Seth Cole. Nope. Batson moves inside for 2nd place. Now we're actually 3rd spot as Becker's going to keep 2nd. 21 in the books, 8 to go. Zorlin still holding the fast lap of the race at 198.94 miles an hour. Quentin Moore also at 198.9. And Keith Batson with a 198.8. That's the top 3 fastest laps. Then you got Jose Mills, Riley Spurley 2, TJ Dent, Becca Tellier, Mitchell Collins, Zach Winkle, and Rob Evans with the 10 best laps of the race, all over 198 miles an hour. And look at this mess! 4 wide for position as Ty Dent with a daring move to the inside. Whoa! My gosh. And they're 4 wide for second, maybe third spot now. Ryan Brommer way up to the high side of the track here. Number 4 of William Brock moved a little bit low. And now Ty Dent's going backwards now. They're 4 wide going into turn 3. Oh, this is going to get ugly here. This is going to get ugly off that 4th turn here. Matthews and Seth Cole are both in this mix of cars, and now TJ Dent with the help of Joshua Osborne, a couple of Fords to the inside to actually make that 4, 5 Fords, I think. 6 maybe. Yeah, nope. 8 Fords in an inside lane. And now Osborne has the lead. Now it's Jose Mills on the last time by. Darn pace car. 23 in the books. 6 laps to go. Well, there it is. You paid your money. Now take your pick. What racing here? Until they got 4 wide again. About the middle of the pack. And now, oh no, here going to be 4 wide to the lead now. Here comes Almarego. To the inside, Poteet, Eli Bright, Rob Evans. They're 4 wide for the number 1 spot now. Almarego led that lap just barely, but Poteet and... Oh my gosh. And they're getting really rambunctious back there too. And they are still going 4 wide back there. Dylan Young's in this storm now, as is Shelton, as is Plord, several others. Spurley Tubes in this mix. And oh, we got problems! Problems up turn number 4. And they come to start finish line. It's going to be either Deaver or Jefferson who leads that lap. And Jay Jefferson led the last time by. That was 25 down and 4 laps to go. I don't know if we're going to get this race restarted. Yeah, Zach Winkle's crashed. Ty Dent's crashed. Quentin Moore's crashed. Fitzwater, he was in the crash. Cat Batson, James Henry, Zorlin. And all this happening off turn number 4. Coming down for 4 laps to go. And we are going to super slow-mo this with the copter cam. And let's see, it was Matthews, Fitzwater, Brock, and Mills that was in this mix of cars. They came off turn number 4 at this point. Yeah, Fitzwater just shoves Matthews in the Brock, and at the same time he spins Quentin Moore and Seth Cole. And right there's where everybody got turned. And Quentin Moore hard in the wall he went. And meantime, several cars just spinning around, and some of them playing a guessing game of where do I go when I get there. Good part of driving on part of, what was it, Nathan Orman, Keith Batson, and 33 of Ryan Brommer. They missed the crash, but several cars not so lucky, including Zorlin and Fitzwater. There's the Quentin Moore. He's crashed right there, banged up in that 21 car. Bad moment for the Sitco car of... Let's take a look at what happened with Quentin Moore. That was a frightening slide he took. Real time. Oh my gosh, you talk about a frightening slide he took. Oh, and Ty Dent just slammed hard into him, too. And we do have the telemetry up on top right there. And let's look at it again in slow motion for Quentin Moore as he comes off the fourth turn. Now Fitzwater's going to trigger the crash involving Kyle Matthews and William Brock, as will bulldozing Quentin Moore. Now watch Moore's speed. Impact speed 180 miles per hour was Quentin Moore's impact speed in that inside wall, and that is not soft walls, by the way, guys. And this version of Talladega, at least, Zorlin and yeah, Quentin Moore goes on that frightening slide of about no better than 140 miles per hour. Now, as he slides and comes to a stop, right about here, we're going to keep an eye on how fast Ty Dent was going when he crashed into Moore's car. He was accelerating at this point up to 126 miles an hour and then just tears his car up badly. Oh my gosh. That crash just took out several potentially good cars out of this race. And we're going to watch the pace car, see if we're going to get the green flag this time by. And so they're going to be coming down for 2 laps to go in this race there. And I don't think we're going to get this race restarted. I don't think. No, we will not. So 2 to go. Pace car's light still on, so that means the race is official right now. And that means we have another first-time winner. Jay Jefferson is going to get his first Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. And coming here at the DieHard 500 as he's going to win it. Cole Deaver's going to end up finishing second. Jessica Shelton, close to a plate win again, but she does come home with a great third-place run, though, today for that number 11 car. Dylan Young's going to finish in 4th position. 5th place will go to Nicholas Wade, his first top 5 of this season, I think. Then Preston Boyd's going to end up finishing in 6th position. 7th place will go to Paul Minnick. Another good run in Talladega. Vince Almarego with a surprising 8th place finish. And same can be said for Simon Bloomfield. He matches his car number position-wise. Car number 9 finishes 9th in this race today. Great as he came over from 37th starting position to finish there. Sky Cummins in the Quaker State car. He ends up finishing in 10th position. So another good run for the Quaker State team. Dylan Poteet with a great 11th place run. 12th to Riley Spurley Tube in the 27 McDonald's car. That car's been on a tear as of late, though, here, so that may be a force to be reckoned with to watch when we go to the Brickyard next on the tour for the Brickyard 400. Eli Bright with another good plate finish, finishes in 13th position. 14th will go to TJ Dent. 15th to Johnny Gardner. 16th place will go to Rob Evans. Joshua Osborne comes home 17th. 18th to Charles Sanford. That didn't quite get the Talladega sweep, though, and to make matters worse for him, with him finishing 18th and Cole Deaver finishing in 2nd. Well, it's going to cost Sanford more points. It's going to lose Sanford more ground than Deaver points-wise. And I think may even get passed by Jessica Shelton for 2nd place, I think, even too, because Shelton comes home with the race in 3rd spot. Seth Cole with a 19th place finish. Kyle Matthews comes home in 20th. 21st will go to Mike Becker. 22nd will go to Diego Yepes. 23rd to William Brock. 24th will be Mitchell Collins as the yellow and white flags have both waved as they're coming through around this track at an agonizingly slow 70 miles per hour. Jesse Turner, not the quick finish that he wanted here today, finishing in 25th position. 26th will go to Nathan Orman. 27th to Ryan Brommer. 28th to Becca Tellier. 29th to Keith Batson. So not the day he wanted neither. Jonathan Zorlin comes home in 30th position. 31st to James Henry. 32nd to Kat Batson. 33rd to Zach Winkle. And the cars were out of the race here today are Zachary Fitzwater, Jose Mills, Quentin Moore, and Ty Dent. And those 4 cars, I think, could have a shot at possibly pulling this one off here today at Talladega. But we are on the last lap of the race. But Hendrick Motorsports has 2 of their 3 cars now have visited victory lane this season, and Jay Jefferson and wins was there at the right place at the right time. And I tell you what, how about our first time winner here today? We said Talladega has been known for first time winners, and we have another case of it here today as he takes the number 5 Ricky Rudd colors to victory lane here today at Talladega Super Speedway. As we're not done with the last lap just yet here. As it was a battle between he and Cole Deaver that came down the start-finish line. Deaver almost pulled that one off, though, too, because he led coming to the tri-oval, but Jefferson had that run to the inside, and unfortunately for Deaver, Jefferson got past him. So I tell you, and that crash ruined what I think could have been a wonderful finish here today at this racetrack here, regardless of how that would have turned out. Here, but some of the drivers here needed to survive the good race for a good point stay, including Deaver and Shelton, who I think will be 1-2 coming out of Talladega. I know Deaver's going to come out this race the points leader, and Shelton I think end up passing Stanford for second place now standing wise. But there's the cars coming down across the finish line at agonizingly slow 70 miles an hour. Jay Jefferson wins the DieHard 500 here at Talladega Super Speedway, averaging 159.296. And just I think before the caution, they were actually averaging over 195. So I mean, but that was, like I said, that was not the kind of finish we wanted, though, because I think a lot of people wanted a green flag finish, but it is what it is here at this racetrack here. So we gave you the finish already here in today's event here, and we'll give you there's the rest of the order right there. Okay. So that will do it here at Talladega Super Speedway. Here, as the DieHard 500's history, Jay Jefferson gets his first ever career Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel and to become part of the team. And be sure to check out we got everything on this channel. We got NR races, gaming videos, wherever the president of the NNSCRA sets cold desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out the Last Most Light Series, the Coors Light Truck Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series. Also on his channel, please be sure to check those races out. And also in full swing, the Skittles Super Speedway Series from Seth Cole himself. That's also on his channel as well. And be sure to check that series out as well. And also be sure to check out our other NNSCRA series, including the Marvel Studios Cup Series from Levi McIntyre and Michael Norman's Bo Western All-Pro Series here as well. Some of the best offline series are under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So Talladega's history, congratulations again to Jay Jefferson, the winner of the DieHard 500. We will see you at the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And for now, this is James Qualls, production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Indianapolis.